Day Fresh that roughly started, I want to say about 2005, my 10th grade, sophomore year in high school. And basically just had the idea of starting a group or a clique or whatever, we used to call it back then. But, the professional idea of me doing it was starting a creative group with the people around me. We had athletes, we had people that was big into fashion. We had the producers and just everything in one, man. So it was just really the cool kids that was always together. As we grow, we start doing mini events like throwing teen jams. I remember one year we do an all-white party that was really, really crazy. It was cool, it was definitely the cool thing to do, just growing up and being in high school and just having all your friends just together with you at the same time. We did everything, like literally everything together. The jump to from being an athlete in high school to having such a passion for film and music is crazy. Everybody loves music, but growing up, we didn't know the technical stuff about it. As far as how long it takes to record one song, or a song have to mix and master, and knowing that some of these artists don't even write their own songs. Like, songwriting is a job. So I always had a lot of questions growing up. Like, I would watch a movie and be like, yo, that's cool, how they do that, or yo, that's a dope shot. And just being like, yo, who these people is in the credits. We don't even stay to watch credits to the movie, but we don't know how important these people are to the film. You know what I mean? So that was just my questions to myself, just me being weird and me being in, just living in my own world. And, the passion that I grew for it was crazy because I always felt like I needed to know. And once I didn't know it, I needed to learn it. And once I taught myself that, like I just say to this day, it's no stopping me. It's no turning around, And one word, just progression, I remember where I was back then to where I am now. It's crazy. My dream was to walk in the building. Like, I needed to be in this building. Shout out to Juice. Everybody probably know him as Derek, but Juice. Definitely helped me grow as a person, gave me my dream as far as getting into the building as an intern, and then I became more into media, grew as a person, and, eventually became the studio manager of the building, which was really, really huge for me. As far as big break, I definitely would have to say shout out to Rock City, Planet 6 now, formerly known as Rock City. They came home and they was like, yo, who wants to shoot a video? So I was like, let's do it. I ain't gonna say no to that. I was like, yo, let's do it. At the time they had just remixed the Drake song Find Your Love. I think their version called Survivor Anthem. So that was my very first video that I did for Rock City, that back then to me personally was my favorite video. But as time grew, things change, definitely things change. As far as, I won't call them members, but as a creative group now, professionally, we have producers. One of our producers, everybody probably know him as Swanks, Daddy Styley. Kylo, Mr. Pick It Up, shout out to him. We have one of the biggest fashion designers out of the Virgin Islands, shout out to Adisa. And the list goes on and on, man. Shout out to Pojo. We have a lot of affiliates that just, they mess with us. They definitely love the movement, love the vibe, love everything about what we do, and that's about it. Man, 5 years from now, man, that's a really good question. To where I'm at now, 5 years from now, I would definitely say to be one of the best and one of the definitely to be up there with the biggest directors I look up to now. To name a few real quick, one of my all-time favorites, Hype Williams. Shout out to the new age, Colin Tilley, Benny Boom, definitely a throwback director that doing his thing. Can't forget Lil X, grew up on Lil X videos. Not just music videos, but movies. As a big, I'm a big Steven Spielberg fan. As far as actors, I could go on and on and on. Movies is definitely my thing. Shout out to Rock City, Planet 6 as well. We go to the movies more than we go to the club. But 5 years from now in the music world too, definitely to work with some of the biggest artists. Locally as well, can't forget locally, Virgin Islands, all day. And hopefully to win awards, VMAs, hopefully Grammys, Oscars maybe, whoever director fits, you'll see my name. Oh man, not a tough question. I must say I'm a firm believer in providing for your own. Me growing up in the Virgin Islands was, big for me. For me to be working with artists that I grew up listening to on the radio is crazy. It's still crazy to me. I grew up listening to Apostle. I had to talk to Apostle on the phone. It's possible works that, you might see Jamal do with Apostle. I grew up listening to Pressure. Some of the artists that are big now, that I grew up with, that's locally big, so little stuff like that is what pushed me, man. I'm a big fan of Rock City Music, Planet 6, and for me to be working with them, we basically do everything together. We like family, and it's still a shocking thing sometimes that I could pick up my phone and call these people, or we'd go hang out sometimes other than just walk. And it's definitely it's crazy, man. But I believe in doing for Virgin Islands people. Like that's my thing. Like I don't work with outside producers. All the producers that I work with are from home. All the artists that I work with are from home. Home. When I say home, Virgin Islands. I ain't gonna single out St. Croix, St. Thomas. I don't believe in that either. I'm from St. Croix, but I used to live and work in St. Thomas. I feel like we all one. Let's not break up the islands because we are St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John. We all are one. Forget that. But my push is to see. I feel like we gotta give these kids something to look up to. You know what I mean? As a creative person, a lot of these kids don't have that venture to be creative. When that bell ring after school, they go on to a whole nother world that they ain't supposed to be a part of. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like I have to do. I have to force in these kids that, if you think it, do it. If you dream it, make it happen. You know what I mean? It's a done deal. You know what I mean? I not once never felt like I couldn't do it. My problem is, the minute I feel like I need more, I go for it. You know what I mean? For me, like I say, everything happens for a reason, and that's true. Everything happens for a reason, because my story, my struggle, I still young, I ain't gonna say my age, but I still young. I still have a lot to go through. I still have a lot to learn. But I feel like where I'm at now, I've only gotten better, and I only gain better. That goes to say that you could do the same thing too. You could definitely do the same thing. Anybody knows me, they know how to say all the time, we gonna be rich, dreams are real. Guess what? Let's make it happen. Oh man, shout out to Be the Hardest Thing. Definitely got tongue out for everything, man. Can't forget Planet 6, formerly known as Rock City, aka. Big up to Apostle, same way. Shout out to Voss. Definitely shout out to 340 PM for this exclusive interview. Man, I've done work with Kerry Hilton, Mike Will, Kelly Rowland, Neo, Imeno. Shout out to Diggy. Shout out to DJ Spin King. Man, shout out to Andre Lifestyle. Shout out to some of my local favorite directors too, man. John P. Whitley, can't forget Big John. Shout out to S. Dot, can't forget S. Dot. Big up to Shad. Shout out to Lonnie. Shout out to Imani. Shout out to Lace Legacy and St. Croix. Shout out to the host that you run back on the Big Island of St. Croix. Huff. Shout out to MGK. Shout out to Cassie. Shout out to Irv. Man, shout out to Voodoo Bear one time, man. See the pieces. They local. Trust me, they're local. Don't think they're real. They're clay pieces. We made them. I can just say it to shout out my St. Croix people. Yeah. Bow. Bah. Pressure. Shout out to Bass Rock. We gonna play his lock. And shout out to my nigga Mike Larry. It's definitely Scars. And the man that definitely influenced me to really keep pushing, you know what I mean, was Juice. Shout out to Juice. You know what I mean? And like I say, dreams are real. Keep pushing. I guess I can end it right there, man. Stay fresh to that all day. Be up.